Hi, my name is Roland Manny. And the message I'd like to share with you today is it's far from over. That's right, it's far from over. And why do I say that? Because a lot of times in life, we hit stumbling blocks. We start and we give up. I know I help people in the wellness industry, help them lose weight, get in better shape, and they do really well. And for some reason, they get stuck, they fall off track. Or sometimes people in a relationship, I know I've been there. You're in a relationship and sometimes things don't always work. Sometimes you get a little distracted. Sometimes you don't always agree on something. Or sometimes it's a business. You get started in a business and you want it to go faster than it's going. Or maybe it's going really well and all of a sudden you hit a stumbling block. Well, I'm telling you, as long as you can get back up, as long as you can start one more time, it's far from over. I was watching a horse race on the video on the computer. And as the horses came out of the gate at the start of the race, one horse 3 feet out of the gate stumbled and almost fell. 3 feet out of the gate after all that work, months and months of training for that race, months and months of proper nutrition, and months of working with that jockey, stumbled 3 feet out of the gate. And sometimes that's how we feel. After we put in all the effort, we put in all that work trying to get in better shape, and we stumble. Sometimes we put in all that work trying to get our relationship strong, and we stumble. Or sometimes it's the business. We worked so hard, extra hours, putting everything we have, and we feel like we're stumbling. We feel like we're falling behind. Well, as that race took off, I was watching the race, and by the time the horse recovered, he was in last place. He was in dead last. Matter of fact, he was so far last that you could hardly see him on the TV screen. And the only time the announcer mentioned his name was to say that he was in last place. And sometimes that's what's going to happen to us. We're going to feel like we're in last place and no one's mentioning a name. Sometimes we're going to feel like nobody sees us. You know, it might be a friend or a sibling getting all the credit, getting his name mentioned all the time. Or maybe it's a coworker. You're putting in so much work, putting in the time, putting in the effort, and somebody else gets all the recognition. Or maybe you're on a sports team and you're putting in the extra hours, you're doing the extra practice, you're getting there early, you're staying late. Somebody else is getting all the awards. Your name's not even being mentioned. Well, I'm telling you, even if you're in your last place, as long as you haven't crossed the finish line, you still got a shot. And the more I watch the race, I noticed that all the horses wear blinders. Why? So they can focus on one thing, the finish line. They don't care. The blinders are there to stop them from seeing the people on the left, from seeing the people on the right, from seeing the horses, from seeing any other distractions, from hearing anything else. And the jockey is just focused on the horse and the finish line. Never during that race did I see them look back and see what they stumbled on. And that's what we have to do. So many times we focus so much on the stumbling block, we don't focus on the finish line. We focus, and I look back at that race. If you watch when a horse stumbles, there's nothing there. The horse never stumbled on anything. And that's what we have to do. We can't focus on the stumbling block. We got to focus on the finish line. And the more I started watching the race, and he was focused, and the jockey was telling him, you got this. See, the horse didn't care about anybody else but the jockey on his back. And when you hit a stumbling block, you got to look at who you're around, who's supporting you. Do they have you focused on the stumbling block or the finish line? And the more the race was going on, the horse started passing horse after horse. They're coming down the home stretch. You know what that horse was focused on? You know what the jockey was focused on? The finish line. He wasn't focused on the horses around him, on the side of him, or in front of him. He was focused on the finish line. And you, as long as you can see the finish line, you still have a shot. You still have a shot. And he started getting closer to the finish line. And now the announcer's getting excited. He started to call his name. And as you build your relationship, as you build your business, as you get back on your nutritional plan and start getting into shape, people are going to start noticing you. They're going to mention your name. And it came to the end of the race, and the horse that came and stumbled in the back finished the race. The horse that stumbled, the horse that almost fell, that was in dead last coming down the home stretch, finished the race. Not only did he finish the race, he won the race. And I'm here to tell you that as long as you can get back up, as long as you can start again, as long as you can keep your eyes on the prize, it's far from over. you're gonna win the race. Not only they're gonna mention your name, not only are they gonna say that he finished the race, they're gonna say they won the race. I'm telling you, as long as you can get back up, you're gonna win the race. Oh, and by the way, the name of the horse that stumbled and came in, it was in last place, the one that was coming around the track and nobody was mentioning his name, the one that crossed the finish line, the one that finished the race and won the race, his name, Far From Over. The name of the horse, Far From Over. My name's Roland Manny, and I'm telling you that as long as you can get back up, as long as you can keep your eye on the prize, it's far from over. Thank you.